no gold is not enough.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another 8-ball pool video. So the aim of today's video is to help you guys improve your aim in 8-ball pool, and I'll be explaining the difficulties of aiming and how to improve in no guideline rooms, full power shots and long aiming. So hit the like button if you would like to play me in 8-ball pool, and if we can get 3,000 likes on this video, I will release a subscriber only video. So if you would like the chance to appear in one of my videos, go and hit the like button down below. So before we do get into my top 10 tips, if there's any question you would like to ask me about 8-ball pool, feel free to drop me a comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer all of your queries. Okay, so aiming is an intriguing subject of the game because, as you know, there is two tiers of room in 8-ball pool. You have the no guideline rooms, such as Istanbul, and you have the standard guideline rooms, which is probably the majority of the tables in the game. Now, aiming is completely different in both of them for obvious reasons, and I see time and time again people struggling with the transition between the two. So the first tip is that practice makes perfect. No guideline rooms really take practice to get right, and it's really important that you feel comfortable in them before betting large amounts of coins. So my advice would be to go into Istanbul or into Beijing and just bet 100 coins, even if you have a lot of winnings, because then you can practice with similar players who may also be struggling in no guideline rooms, and hopefully build up some confidence and gain that all-important experience needed. Because when I first played in a no guideline room, I think back in the day it was actually Toronto, and I was absolutely awful, but after a bit of practice I kept on learning and I really improved my game. So my number 2 tip to you guys is that power and the pace of the ball is really important with aiming. So the pace that you play a shot is important because it can determine whether the ball goes in. Because if you haven't got the aim absolutely perfect, if the object ball is going to hit either of the knuckles of the pocket, hitting it with too much power is going to increase the chance that you're actually going to go and miss the shot. So while you're brushing up on your aiming, you're getting better with the guidelines. I would definitely try and practice to hit as many shots as light as possible, and see if you can do denials just using half power. Now, another benefit of power is that it means that the white ball is also under control, so there's two benefits with moderating pace. So for our number 3 tip, you guys will know about this one, and that's actually tilting the phone to see the guideline better. And this is a bit of a funny subject because some people class it as cheating, but some people don't care at all. I'm kind of in the middle. For standard rooms, I don't really need to tilt the phone, but sometimes on a long shot, on a no guideline table, it may be necessary just to tilt the phone a little, just to see down the line of the shot. And just like in real life, you wouldn't play pool standing over the table. You have to be down on the shot, in line with the balls in the pocket to have the most accuracy. So for my number 4 tip, we're going to talk about positional play, and once again that goes back to the power that you hit a shot. So like I said, hitting shots lightly gives you control of the white ball, and I really do advise you guys to go onto the practice table and try and make sure you can get a denial without any mistakes as many times in a row, because if you can do that, when you get those tricky chances, you're more likely to take them. And 8-ball pool, you have to remember, is a really old game now. It's been out for years and years, and the standard of play just keeps getting higher and higher. So if you want to keep up, you have to be able to take those chances and get those denials when you can. So for number 5, I do advise you guys to use the timer in the smartest way possible. Another thing that I do see quite often is that people rush aiming a shot and they don't use the full amount of allotted time. And if you're really serious about playing the game and you do want to actually win the match you're playing, don't take the shot until you're sure that the ball is going to go in. Because otherwise, what's the point of even playing? It's a bit of a cop-out, and it just makes it more frustrating for you, and it means you have to do more work in the long run if you want to build up coins. So for my number 6 tip, I would say that shot selection is another really important factor to make denials a lot easier, and the correct shot selection means that you won't have to do as much aiming. And say you're not very good at taking on long shots, The correct shot selection means that you can just go around the table, take on the easiest balls one after another, and not leave yourself too many difficult shots. If you watch my Road to 1 Billion series where I do play pro, and I usually get lots of nice slick denials, well, in that series you'll see that I'm not really taking on too many difficult balls, and once again you can relate it to real life. Say you look at snooker and you look at Ronnie O'Sullivan, one of the best things about the way that he plays is that his positional play is so good. He actually never has to take on a very difficult shot. So if you compare him to other snooker players, they're always running out of position, having to play difficult, low percentage shots, and that leads them to miss more often than he does. So part of his genius lies in the fact that he can control the white ball, manipulate the cue ball to wherever he wants it to be, and the same can be done in 8-ball pool. So for my number 7 tip, another thing that you guys can do is locate the shot that you would normally miss, head over to the practice table and just repeat that shot over and over again until you improve your strike rate. So say you're struggling with long shots in no guideline rooms, head onto the practice table or just go into Istanbul or Beijing for 100 coins and set up long shots and just keep on practicing until you improve your feel for the game. So my number 8 tip is actually really important and a lot of players underestimate this, and that is that you guys should get to know the stats of the cue, and I will advise you to not change your cue for as long as possible, because when you do that you have a new set of stats and the muscle memory that you've built up with the previous cue you used will now go to waste, and you have to relearn a new cue over again. So in most of my videos I'm always changing up cues, and I actually hardly ever play as good as I do with the Inferno cue, because that is the cue that I've played the most amount of matches with. And 2 or 3 years ago when I just started playing the game, I did actually get the Tsar cue, and I probably used that cue for around 10 months straight without changing a single time. And that actually enabled me to build up a lot of coins and build up my confidence and get better at the game. So once again, back to power for my number 9 tip, and like I said before, practice low power shots and maybe just use the beginner cue in the practice table and try and see if you can get as many denials as possible just with the beginner cue, maybe even only using half power. Just wait for the shots to trickle in, and obviously it's not as exciting, it's not a fun way to play, but it will mean that you have a higher chance of getting a shot in, and therefore your win percentage should improve. So for our number 10 and final tip, I would suggest getting the best cue you can possibly get for the cash or coins that you have in your account. Now obviously you don't want to waste all of your coins, so if you can get hold of some cash and buy some premium cues, if you're at a low level it can really help you out, because then you'll have a higher chance against the other low level players who are using weak cues. So there we go guys, I do advise you to practice your positional play, practice in no guideline rooms, take your time with shots and try to stick with the same cue. So hopefully these tips can help you out, and show support guys, hit the like button if you did find this video helpful, and let's see if we can smash 3,000 likes. Can we do it? And if we can hit 3k, I'll be releasing a brand new subscriber video soon where all of you guys get the chance to appear in a video. I also have tons of coin and cash giveaways coming up soon too, so hit the bell icon to stay up to date with them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch every single one of my uploads, and drop me a comment with your ID down below if you would like to play me. So there we go guys, that has been my top 10 tips and tricks for aiming an 8-ball pool. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon for more 8-ball pool videos.
It feels right, yeah, I can only say that it feels right, it feels right, it feels right, yeah, I can only say that it feels right.